And now to a live look at the state capitol. Businesses across California are now paying more in taxes because of a series of spending decisions state leaders made over the last couple of years. The state did not pay back its $20 billion loan from the federal government that helped with California's unemployment costs during the pandemic. The state shut down businesses in response to COVID-19, leaving many jobless and in need of unemployment benefits. Even though the state had budget surpluses coming out of the pandemic, they put nothing towards the principal of that loan. Businesses we spoke to tell us they were caught off guard when they got the recent notice and saw the amount of money that's coming out of their bank accounts.
That just feels a little like, you know, just a gut punch after everything else COVID has done to us. So it's frustrating.
Spin class instructor and owner of Cycle Life Studio, Becca Kenyon Westfall, said she was blindsided when she got an email from her payroll company a couple of weeks ago.
It just said, we will be deducting this one-time deduction early January 2025. I still need to look into it more, but from my perspective, or the way that I read it, it looks like it's going to be $63 per employee. And with 3 locations, I have 32-ish employees, so that's like $2,100. Definitely an amount I was not planning on paying.
What does $2,100 mean for you?
I mean, that's a lot. That's a lot. It's a big chunk. I mean, it's almost like half of my, my rent at one of my locations. And obviously, a lot of people cut back during the holidays. We're a luxury business, so January is typically a good month for us, kind of. But November, December are not great months. So coming off of that is rough.
Our hours went down, but the payroll was up $2,000. And I said, that doesn't make any sense.
Down in Southern California, it also happened to Chef Andrew Gruel and his restaurant. He posted about it on X in a post that has since gone viral.
Restaurants don't have thousands of dollars sitting around because we have perishable inventory. So if I knew that there was $2,000 that was going to be taken out of our payroll, I wouldn't buy into futures on some of my seafood. I would have kept more cash in the bank accounts. And I always want that cash available for emergencies.
The businesses, along with every other employer in the state, are now on the hook for the state's $20 billion unemployment debt to the federal government that state leaders failed to pay back on time after the pandemic. Every other state except New York and California paid back the debt with the federal stimulus they had received. California got $27 billion in federal stimulus, but the governor and state lawmakers decided to spend that money on other things instead of using it toward the loan. Then, when the state was hit with a budget deficit last year, lawmakers and the governor said they could not put money down. Federal law requires employers to step in and pay up.
The state has never paid any money towards the principal, nor did it create any sort of credit or benefit for smaller businesses facing this significant federal tax hike.
That significant federal tax hike for businesses means they pay an extra $21 per employee this first year, then an extra $42 per employee the next, then $63, adding $21 each year until the debt is paid. McKaylee notes lawmakers and the governor at first approved, but then clawed back a state tax credit in 2023 that would have covered these costs.
Every employee, no matter the size or type of business, face this increase of payments to the federal government each and every year until that $20 billion is paid back. It's all on the shoulders of the employer community.
That amount of money is like unfathomable, and it's like I just wish they'd maybe try to be a little bit more responsible with our tax dollars.
It's frustrating because we don't have access to capital, right? So we are their access to capital. They just leverage our debt or our existence to be able to pay the bills that they're not giving us transparency on.
Governor Newsom's administration says it's been upfront about the situation.
It's been an issue for us for many, many years. But
the governor weighed in on this whole situation earlier this week, claiming he's tried to put money into the debt while blaming the legislature for taking it out.
We'll continue to make the case with the legislature of the imperative and importance of paying down this. It's an obligation we have. We will pay it down. We just want to make sure we don't do it on the backs of employers as it relates to the payroll tax, and that's obviously a point of concern.
Now, we reached out to legislative leaders for a response to that. Senate Pro Tem Mike McGuire said in part that this is an ongoing issue and promised to work on mitigating the immediate impacts of the federal UI tax increases, especially for businesses and nonprofits he calls the heart of our economy. Meanwhile, a spokesman for Assembly Speaker Robert Rivas said in part that this is part of a decades-old problem with the state's unemployment system and that the state must reduce economic uncertainty for our small business owners and protect working-class families. Now, California lawmakers and the governor will start budget discussions in January when we could see some changes to the debt repayment path that they're on right now. But at the moment, California is projected to have another small budget deficit this year.
Oh, just unbelievable. Okay.